everybody. It is the winners match here on Terraform. A ZVP between our two players. The first of whom, down here in the bottom right, is our Teals player, Sacrilege.
And his opponent from the same team, who always shouts out his Twitter, but this time he actually used the @ symbol. It is from IGX, AeiS. See, we were talking about in the break, AeiS usually types the entire URL of his Twitter out, which makes no sense, but he's now added the @ sign.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Looks like he's going for the Nexus first.
LM Anthony. Wow, okay. But yeah, Nexus first coming out from AeiS. Sacrilege going for the hatch first as well. We talked a little bit earlier. Terraform.
He may be going for the 3 hatch before pool.
Oh, really? Oh, that is a bit brave, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like he is going to be going for that. AeiS, of course, the probe coming in is going to see what's going on. See that hatch. See there's no pool in the main base. And from that, I should be able to use a 3 hatch for a pool opener. And yeah, we'll just see how he reacts to it. Of course, with Nexus first, he's not going to be able to put on any kind of crazy aggression. He's not going to be able to like chrono out 2 zealots and send them across the map. But I mean, there's always the possibility he's going to go for something down the line with a 7-gate.
It does come in, sees that timing. He'll probably veer off to check that 3rd base. And it does look like it's probably going to.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe it is.
No? Where are you going? Yeah,
there
okay.
we go.
There he goes.
He's going to double check, I guess. Or maybe just put him down up on the top.
I think he literally stayed just outside of its sight range. But he may... I wonder if he did that intentionally, like he knows it's there. And this is for a proxy later.
Maybe. Yeah, he hasn't actually like spotted it to confirm it.
Yeah.
But a proxy up here, kind of sort of near these bushes, the probe's hiding in, will be pretty good, because then you can warp in units to go either up the left side or the right side to attack into the one of the 3 entrances into this.
And he is chrono boosting out his warp gate here, so yeah, he may be looking to launch some sort of attack on that position, and he may think it works in his favor to not let his opponent see that he knows or something. A Ling is running around though on an attack path.
Yeah, both Lings, or 2 Lings actually, looking around for those proxy pylons. Doesn't look like they're going to find it, or at least not find the probe at the minute.
The bushes there. And we've got 3 more gateways coming, so it looks like he can launch his fairly speedy 4-gate to attack here, assuming that the Ling does not see it. More than that, indeed.
5 gates coming down now. Yeah. Could add on 1 more to make a 7-gate, but it looks like it's just going to stick on 6 with this single gas. It's going to be another big gateway all in coming out of AeiS.
The pylon has been spotted here, but the probe is still alive.
Yeah, the probe's still there.
One right at the 3rd.
Yeah, some nice proxy pylon locations here from AeiS. I think this initial one is going to get taken out. Of course, there could be a warp in from AeiS before that does happen. But oh man, proxy pylon's going down all over the map. The Lings are desperately trying to deal with all of them. And it looks like they're actually doing a pretty decent job of it so far, but 1 warping does get down. I think the probe just got taken out, and it looks like, it looks like this proxy pylon is going to survive though. Sacrilege tries to get on it, but the Zealots having great defensive position, and this is the proxiest pylon. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely the one that AeiS wants to keep alive, and now he's going to have to be split a little bit.
It's still a little vulnerable, because of this. He's going to want to get like another probe over there just in case.
Yeah.
Can't really be aggressive as long as they're just trying to gun for this. Zealots engaged quite well here, I think.
Zealots, though, yeah. They're going to be slicing and dicing through these things very, very nicely. Even get on top of one of these roaches and get a decent bit of damage down. And that pylon is still alive, most importantly. So one roach on a little bit of health is going to get sliced away. The queen goes down. A second queen off creep isn't going to be able to run away from these zealots. The drones try and help out as best they can, but a big war from the zealots comes along as well and helps take that queen out. The third base is being left alone for now for AeiS, as the zealots just try and work away on these roaches, and then the mothership core is going to slowly make its way across to the next base to help out with some time warps to allow these zealots to catch up with the roaches.
Yeah, and this is just all zealot all day here so far. He's got 500 gas, so if he wants to warp in sentries at some point to hold the roaches, then he has that option. Time warp there on the roaches. We'll get maybe one here.
Yeah, he got a few of them as they were making their way out the time warp. But for now, nice kind of Titans in there with Sacrilege is getting most of these roaches out. Third base, however, does fall. The Sacrilege is getting up a decent road count. Our mothership core is just a few energy away from having another time warp.
And AeiS actually has warped in at home 3 sentries, I guess, just in case.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Helps out in any kind of transition, and for now, the roach is getting sliced away. AeiS is building up a big old force of zealots, and Sacrilege, yeah, he's just got 3 roaches left. GG.
We are back here on Coda for the second game of this winners match. We have up in the top left-hand corner of the map, representing Team Imperative Gaming. He is up 1-0 in this series, looking to close it out and advance to the round of 16. He is AeiS.
And his opponent is across the map here in the bottom right-hand corner. Also from IGX, he is a teal Zerg player, Sacrilege.
We've got the gateway first here from AeiS, and then immediately sending the probe out on the scouting mission. Hatchery first on Sacrilege's side. And we'll see if he tries 3 hatch again, or gets the safer pool at this point.
I think the safe pool is a better idea on Coda.
Yeah. I would tend to agree.
We'll see. Especially in the face of course, not that he knows this, but the face of a little bit less of a greedy build coming out of AeiS. And yeah, there's the pool coming down. So far, AeiS has actually changed the build up from the first time he went on Coda, going Gate, Cyber, and presumably he's still going to expand at some point, but there is also definitely the possibility he'd go one base. If he was going to play one base, this is basically how he'd do it, walling at the ramp like that, and kind of doing the normal build order for Protoss.
Yeah, and he did send that scout out fairly early to get a sense of what was going on. There is a probe once again making his way out onto the map. Let's see where that is rallied to. Basically up to the natural yet again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's the Nexus coming down from AeiS right now. Sacrilege just getting a couple things out. Presumably gonna go for a little bit of a scout with them. AeiS probe coming across the map is actually gonna be checking into the third first. And seeing what it can see, which is of course nothing, before it looks up here, sees these 2 lings, and just kind of dies to them. I don't think it should be able to get too much scouting done. Actually, a nice little juke there is going to keep it alive for a little longer, but I think it will die eventually as it gets caught. Yeah, one more hit, these 2 things. Oh, regen 2 points of shield, so it'll take 1 more hit. But yeah, it is going to die before it actually makes it back to the safety of home, and yeah, there it goes down now.
So yeah, speed started about halfway done for Sacrilege here. No major sign where he is going, but AeiS deviating a fair bit, getting a Stargate this time. We haven't seen that so far from him tonight, so it's a major departure from what he has been doing. There is an Overlord
yeah.
that's on the way towards that may be able to spot it.
Yeah, it looks like Sacrilege is actually going to spot this. I think if this Overlord just gets... Yeah, now it definitely will.
Definitely.
It's been rallied to certainly spot that. But yeah, this is a big difference here from AeiS. Stargates tend to go towards playing out a bit more of a macro game and getting your third bases up. It definitely depends what he builds after it, though. Going to be starting things up with a Phoenix, I think.
I would assume,
yeah, there we go.
Phoenix.
Just given how it was rallied. Phoenix is the slightly more common choice anyway, but then he rallied his star point onto the Overlord. His star gate onto the Overlord, and then I was like, okay, well, you're not going to have an Oracle following around an Overlord. So, yeah. Definitely Phoenix is kind of... Usually you see them doing some harassment across the map while third base goes down, but we'll see. AeiS could be finding some new creative use, and Sacrilege is going to be getting his lair up as well, along with his third base. And +1 melee actually coming down here for Sacrilege, so this is a bit of a departure from normal.
Yeah.
But nonetheless. Oh, wow. Token Overcharge actually used the natural.
AeiS has actually completely walled off at his natural. He has a proxy pylon out on the map towards the third base of Sacrilege, but Sacrilege doesn't know about it.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I still think it's going to be just walking in for units trying to move towards taking third base.
Did he mean to do that? He photon overcharged his Nexus for no reason that I'm aware of.
That was a while ago.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he had there were a couple lings that were pressuring, and I mean it was a little surprising. I would have thought he could hold off without photon overcharge, but he did. He used it, and yeah, he's moving towards the third base now. A lot of sentries up and kind of in a decent defensive position on this ramp. There is another sentry here in the natural as well, and yeah, it's gonna block in one ling and block out the rest of them. But of course that one sentry does only have so much energy. It's got enough to do that one more time before it will fall, and AeiS will have to move out. And, oh, actually, he lets the lings in. He's not paying attention. Photon Overcharge has to go down again, and he's too slow to actually build a pylon down there. And that's so a ton of lings falling into main base, and this is horrendous for AeiS here.
Yeah, his main army has not even moved or responded to this yet. He's just going to rely on warp-ins in the base. Main army now coming back, and we'll attempt to clean this up, but definitely a lot of lost mining time. 8 probes have been killed.
Yeah, really not very good at all. And of course, Sacrilege gets a full scout of everything that's in AeiS' base. He knows exactly what's going down and when it is. And yeah, no surprises are going to be coming out of AeiS anytime soon. Doesn't quite manage to get that last probe, but he has done more than enough so far. A few more links heading across the map. I'm not sure about that. I think, like, sure, it's kind of tempting when you got into the base to build some more links because you can do some more damage, but I don't really think that kind of slip up is going to happen again from AeiS. Although he does manage to get a sentry and one more probe, so sorry, a zealot and one more probe, so I guess it's something.
Yeah, with a well-positioned photon cannon there, it's going to defend pretty much anything but a major attack. Here comes Hydras across the map.
Yeah, Sacrilege moving up his army. The only thing I'm worried about is he doesn't have like the highest drone count. He's doing all this whilst kind of squeezing 1 or 2 drones out and just doing a bit of harassment. AeiS is starting to get a very, very high sentry count. 10 sentries up now. His Twilight Council is going down. And yeah, I mean, Sacrilege, he stands the risk of being overrun if AeiS is able to just kind of hold on, macro up, get that third base fully saturated. Already we see AeiS with a worker advantage, and Sacrilege isn't going to really be able to trade too cost efficiently, especially not against sentries and presumably the Blink Stalkers that are going to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, he is getting a Twilight, but yeah, Zealot warped in, stopping that run by again. Getting some Hydras here, but Hydras are just still pretty good no matter what.
Yeah, Hydra's kind of tearing through these sentries. They don't care so much about the force fields either with their higher range than roaches.
He's now going to force field himself out of the defense. Yeah, Mothership Core goes down there, very important. He's going to flood in.
The Ling's going to flood in here. The Hydra's focusing down that Zealot, and now they're getting into the natural mineral line and doing terrible, terrible things there. The Hydras do eventually get cleaned up. A lot of these sentries lose some energy. A lot of Zealots being warped in as well here. And tons and tons of lost mining time. Whereas Sacrilege, he's still got his units coming across the map. He's rallying them up, and he can come in again with Storm and Blinker on the way. And AeiS, he's taken some damage from that, but that's reduced him down to equal worker count. He's still in a good position if he can keep on holding on. He's just going to have a horrendously powerful army.
Yeah, the thing that's... Okay, he's researching Storm, apparently. Because I was going to say the thing that's missing here for AeiS is any form of AoE, given how many Lings there are and how squishy Hydras can be. He's attacking in here now once again with Lings. Hydras are safely a little farther back. But yeah, these gateway units are just kind of dwindling down. There's a
the gateways as well,
wandering forward.
The Hydras will pile into them, and that Archon is morphing in. It's actually going to finish. It's going to do some decent work into these Hydras, but everything dies so fast, these Hydras, with +1 as well. Plus 2 melee is actually on the way as well here for Sacrilege. They'll go up to like 1, 2, 2, and the Mothership gets focused down again. The Archon gets focused down shortly after it, and then all the sentries go down. AeiS, GG, well played, and Sacrilege take game number 2. Hello, welcome back. It is Iron Fortress, as was foretold, and down here in the bottom left-hand corner. One game away, of course, from advancing on to the round of 16 in first place from ASL Champions League Group C. It is our green Protoss player, AeiS.
And his teammate up in the top left-hand corner, also one game away from advancing to the round of 16. It is our blue teal Zerg player. He is Sacrilege.
Yes, indeed. And Sacrilege is going to be thrown down. Actually, a pool before hatch. A little interesting on such a big map as Iron Fortress. It kind of makes me think he wants to go for some kind of pressure, because is that hatch placed in the wrong position?
It looked a little wrong to me too, but I don't think it is. I don't know. I think it's fine.
I think it's okay, yeah.
Yeah. It looks a little farther away from the minerals, but from the geysers, it's fine.
Yeah. Because on such a large map as Iron Fortress, if you're just looking to play out like as macro as possible, you can definitely go hatch first. I mean, we saw Penguin show you can kind of try and get away with 3 hatch for a pool, and definitely can not die to any early aggression anyway. And you're going to be... there's always the chance as well that your opponent is going to be doing the same sort of thing. We do see AeiS getting down that fairly fast nexus. It's a big ramp on Iron Fortress. Or not even a ramp, big kind of choke on the natural Iron Fortress as well, so it's quite difficult to wall off. Definitely a possibility that Sacrilege could be going for some fast speed, maybe some pressure onto AeiS.
Yeah, it's one of those weird situations too, where those little destructible rocks at the bottom of your ramp almost get in your way.
Yeah,
more than your opponents. So yeah, because they would usually like to wall off right at that point, but that's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what I've wondered before. What would be the big difference if the unbuildable plates, the rocks, were moved to the other side of the ramp?
I think that would be more appropriate. But they're there, so deal with it. Yeah. Sure. And Sacrilege is starting some Lings now. 6 Lings in production. See whether he builds any more. This probe is being driven away. 8 Lings up to 10 now, and with the speed on the way, looks like he's going to be putting on some relatively serious pressure on AeiS here. Sacrilege, of course, has a decent drone, a decent probe count behind this to pump out Lings and Lings and Lings, and continue
with something else as well. So let's see what it is he decides to do. He's actually grouping his lings up a little bit to try and drive away this probe while he throws down a third base. But I kind of feel like he's maybe missed the ball a little, because AeiS now does have a full wall off. It's going to require a fairly heavy commitment to actually break through it. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make that, as he actually is droning behind this as well.
Yeah, he's going to poke at it, but yeah, it's not really a coordinated attack or anything here.
No, he's going to try and break down this pylon. And there's the possibility he can get in there, but of course the sentry does have enough energy for a force field. So there's no real risk of actually going down. A second sentry comes in now as well, and you know, a lot of lings have traded themselves off for 100 HP on a pylon, and of course the shields, which are going to come back. So not great for Sacrilege.
Indeed. AeiS is mining off all 4 gases, getting his forge up here behind the mineral line as well, and getting a third much quicker than he has in previous games. If he even got a third in some other games. But yeah, a lot quicker here, and that's likely based on the fact that he just killed like 10 lings or whatever that was.
Yeah, but the remaining lings are going to be coming in here now, and they can take down. Yeah, they can start taking down that probe and start doing what work they can here. But 2 stalkers and two sentries and zealot are going to make their way over. 2 sentries, yeah. Drive those lings away, and yeah, ain't no thing. Looks like a pretty secure third base for AeiS there, unless Sacrilege wants to pump out tons and tons of units to deal with it. But it looks like he's actually just going to be continuing up droning as he gets his Roach Warren and his Hydra down as well, to continue into pretty kind of regular Roach Hydra mid-game composition.
Yeah, we'll see. AeiS has been usually pretty good at getting the hallucinated phoenixes out, and he's got one on the way yet again. Should see the Hydralisk stand, should see the Roach Warren, and we'll see what his response is to it. And he's once again going with this Twilight and 5 more gateways. He is not really shown any proclivity to go into Robo, and especially Colossus. He seems to be veering away from that completely.
No, generally much more comfortable on those gateway units, and I guess, I mean, that's absolutely fine. MC, the most winningest StarCraft 2 player of all time, of course, he loves his Blink Stalkers, and it's very much the MC style thing to do, or parting at the minute. Oh, that force field was not where he wanted it to go. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. AeiS is going to have to move back here, though, and he does manage to take down 2 of those lings. But 2 lings for a sentry is an excellent trade there for Sacrilege. Have to wonder, though, if he's going to need to trade some more, because those sentries, they're still alive. They're still starting to get up that energy. Blink is on the way, +2's on the way. Sacrilege is actually trying to get his Spire, and I don't know if he's going to get it out in time. And even when he does, +2 Blink Stalkers will basically already be on the field when Mutas hit AeiS's base.
Yeah, the one thing that is going to be a bit of an issue is this Burrow plus Tunneling Claws. AeiS's build does not include detection.
Ooh, that is
at
true.
all. So that can become an issue.
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of roaches just got slaughtered there by some fantastic force fields, although they're going to pick off a center there. And Sacrilege, wow, he's actually got movement speed for his Overseers. Damn, they are zippy. Yeah, AeiS is starting to move out now. He's got a ton of Stalkers. Burrow is finished. Burrow move, or yeah, now it is. Burrow move is approaching completion, and so Sacrilege can start to kind of match the Blink Micro with some Burrow Micro, I guess. It's not quite as strong given the slight delay on Burrow, but you know, it still helps out a little bit. And Sacrilege is going to move forwards here, start trading against these Stalkers. This is not a great trade for him, though. AeiS is going to be doing a lot of damage here.
Showing the Burrow now,
Sacrilege
and AeiS must realize, obviously, that he doesn't have detection now, and will likely rectify that. It's better that he finds out there than when he finds out when he's at the third base or something.
Or if he runs into a big kind of burrow trap or something. A burrow baneling trap actually would be so good against ice. A few banelings, like taking out all these clumped up sentries, man, that would have been the dream. But it is a bit late for that.
Indeed.
The
other reason, obviously, to have detection just as a standard thing is just a clear creep. You just want it with you to get rid of this, or else they're going to see you coming from a mile away for the entire game. 4 Zealots going to work on this 4th base here. Doesn't look like they're going to get it before they are stopped.
Yeah, no, Sacrilege is moving towards that. Okay, no, it looks like he's going to get it.
Let it happen, okay.
Yeah, Sacrilege just decides, I didn't need that 4th base anyway. The 3rd base is much more important, and he's going to save his queen there at the cost of his 4th base, though. So, I mean, the gas income from that is really quite important to go onto a long game. But Sacrilege doesn't seem to be too concerned about income, having been fairly content to stay at quite a low drone count in all of his games. At 62 right now to the 71 of ICE. But Sacrilege has a pretty decent army here. We'll see whether he can make it work. Some good force fields here from ICE are going to trap out a lot of these roaches, leaving the Hydras a bit vulnerable. But sentries are not the best actual combat units, especially against Hydras, as we discussed before. And they are starting to fall in their droves now. Sacrilege has got a good concave here on this army as well. And ICE's Blink Micro has not been great so far in these games.
No, yeah, he's gone for Blink, but he's not really getting the full usage out of it. And the other thing is when you go so heavy into sentries and then you get Blink, you're just blinking behind the sentries and leaving them up front.
Sacrilege is pushing forward here, actually, but I wonder if he's being a bit too aggressive. ICE has a lot of Blink Stalkers here. They're on +2, and looks like he is going to retreat back here. Actually, Observer got sniped there. If ICE doesn't rebuild that could end up being a bit of a sticky situation for him. He
does have another one kind of hanging at the edge of the creep there, but yeah, he wants to continue. Yeah, okay. He should continue to pump them out at a fairly regular rate, because you need them at all times.
Yeah, there's another one coming in. 4 High Templar being walked in as well. I don't think Storm's done. Let's see.
No, it is not. It's not even started.
No, it's not even started. No. So I guess these are just going to be for maybe feedbacks or Archons. I don't think there's much to feedback. I think he's worried about Viper transition, and he's right to be, because ICE is getting his hive in, but it's not done yet. So I guess these blind High Templar are actually going to kind of hurt ICE a little bit until those do get finished. Now Sacrilege clears out those Zealots at the 4th base. It's going to take that. He has actually already taken this 4th base in a different location, but this is, as we've mentioned before, the location that's a lot more vulnerable to any actual attacks from the Protoss. So there's a risk of that happening there for Sacrilege. But both players kind of decide on a bit of a non-aggression pact, and aside from a few scouting Zealots, they just decide to back off and not really attack each other for a little while. The Dark Shrine, which did so much work for ICE on his last game in Iron Fortress, has come down again, and we'll see what he can get done with it.
Yeah, he's also getting his charge now, about halfway done, and starting up that Storm. If he can kind of stall out until that is done, then that will be quite effective against the still low-tiered Zerg units.
Yeah, but, 3 Vipers on the way, though.
One thing really missing from this Zerg army, I mean, it's missing for both armies, but it's normal for Protoss, is there's no armor on the Zerg. And usually there would be at this point, at least somewhat.
Yeah, it's just started now, actually. Actually, they're going for armor over +3 attack.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, I guess that's fine. Usually Zerg kind of skips their +3 for quite a while, because obviously its hive is a big barrier to getting it. But that's one of the strengths of the Road Shadow Viper, is you have a good reason to get a hive, which is of course Vipers. So you get it, and you might as well get +3 as well. A little bit of Roach hit squad here. It's going to trade off against the innumerable cannons ICE has built to his 3rd base, and Blink Forwards is going to catch the rest of those roaches.
Yeah, good cleanup there. The rest of the army not really in a position to take advantage. And
two
Sacrilege
Stargates coming down
taking,
for us.
so a DT coming in at the 5th base.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have not wanted to reveal that there, but it attacked by itself.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That cleans up, or that draws the army out of position, actually, to running towards the 4th base. And AeiS has a ton of High Templars, a ton of Storms. The zoning potential is immense, and he can very much try and keep Sacrilege down on the bottom there. But these Vipers come in, and AeiS has to be on point with his feedbacks. He's not watching it, actually. Now they go down, but the Blinding Clouds are already there. Storms, though, they do not care about Blinding Clouds. Oh, Sacrilege takes some huge Storms there. His army's going to melt away against that. The Blinding Clouds just do not matter when Storm is slaughtering everything. And Sacrilege, almost his whole army dies. 27 roaches in production, though, and that might be enough to drive AeiS away, especially given that a lot of the High Templar have actually gone down during that engagement.
Yeah, reinforcements coming in for AeiS. Blinks right forward. Another Storm, kind of whipping there, but hitting the Vipers a little bit. It does clean those up. Zealots with charge, still pretty decent against roaches. And it looks like this 3rd base will fall.
Yeah, there's just so many Stalkers here. With +3 attack, they got pretty good damage as well. And blinking forwards on top of these roaches even. He's just chasing down 2 Void Rays in production at times as well. AeiS has a transition behind this. Sacrilege is desperately trying to hold on, and it doesn't look like he's going to manage it. GG.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.